Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It should be a very long night for the defense. Because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Check 53's right. I got it. 40.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott flush to his right. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rashawn Gary able to get him for a loss of about 3. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott down. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
From the 16, Prescott. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now here's Pollard, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. McCaffrey on the toss right. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Throwing is Jackson. This is the tight end, Fant. And he's got some space here. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now, throwing again. Completes it to Fant on the right side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He's got his tight end, Fant. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Here's Jackson to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the gun, it's Jackson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat, and this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After the sack on first down, Jackson, and that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. Jackson from the shotgun. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. From 17 yards out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Jackson. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. This is McCaffrey. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson on the move to his left. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Elliott. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's good for 28 yards. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. To throw is Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him. Jackson now down around his goal line. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20, 10. Touchdown, Packers. Christian McCaffrey, 77 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Got his man there complete to Gallup, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. Prescott now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Check your hot read. Go to 54. Go to 54.
Prescott yet again. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Cooper was the intended target.
Take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 44-yard line.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. This time, Jackson will throw it. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. McCaffrey on the counter. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
After the sack, you could understand him maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish. But he looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. He's going to, and it's a touchdown for the Packers. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
It seems like they've been running uphill all game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, and for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Check 24, check 24. Safe.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but now it'll be third down.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Now it's Jackson, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And Adams has it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Jackson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check 31, check 31.
Again, Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Robert Quinn able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Just like that. Hey, look, 3.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? On 4th down, Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach?
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 73 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Jackson. That escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Prescott to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Prescott's throw going to be caught by Gallup. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time. Now Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 1 man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are back within a single score.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Tighten up. Tighten up. Pull it together. Check.
Jackson. This is the tight end Fant. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Now a run with McCaffrey. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Jim. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Pretty move. And some room to maneuver. 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Undercrush.
They'll run with McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Christian McCaffrey saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10. yards as he's down at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go. Let's go.
Successive penalties have him looking now at a 1st and 20. Prescott from the gun. And an alley to run. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Prescott to throw on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. And watch your leg. Go. On 3, on 3. Motion, motion, motion. Ball shot. Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Right there.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. A lot of tired bodies on that field. But this is a big play. 3rd and goal. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. I got you.
4th down. Here's Jackson. feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not good.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.
All right, get moving, men. I don't want to see anyone walking around. Winners do not walk. Let's see some hustle out there today. We got a big game this week.
On the set.